this is the best Void Warlock build in Destiny 2. It offers unlimited heals, unlimited nades, fast supercharge, insane burst damage, and perfect for high level content. If you're paying attention to the screen right now, this build allows you to do master lost sectors while under leveled in less than 2 minutes. And not just only master lost sectors, but in general, master content, master nightfalls, master story, just makes everything easier. The combination of unlimited nades, unlimited heals, and the weakening effect allows this warlock to do crazy damage and weaken the enemy for everybody around. If you guys just want to go ahead and copy the build, there's timestamp in the description below. But if you guys want to go ahead and understand the build, make sure you guys stick around. So straight to the point, this build revolves around two things. Number one is Devour, and number two is weakening nades. Starting with Devour, with this build, it's a buff that you get by picking up orbs or defeating targets with your void abilities. While Devour is active, final blows restore full health, return nade energy, and extend Devour. So as long as we keep Devour up, we're going to have unlimited heals and unlimited nade energy. Moving on to the next thing, which is weakening nades or Echo of Undermining. Since we're going to have unlimited nades, we're going to make them last as long as we can and also weaken the enemy by 15%, allowing us to do the damage that you're seeing on screen right now. So in reality, with this build, to make it work, all you have to do is pick up an orb or defeat a target with your void ability, and from there, as long as you're defeating enemies, you should have unlimited heals, unlimited nades, and really good damage, and also weaken the enemy for everybody around. So let's go ahead and jump into how to make this build. The first thing we're going to go ahead and talk about is the stats for this build, and the stats that you want for the Void Warlock is 100 resilience, 100 recovery, 100 discipline. The reason you want 100 resilience is because it's going to give you resist from all the enemies in the game. The reason you want 100 recovery is going to give you your class ability, and we're going to use it for damage. And the last thing we're going to get is 100 discipline. Is going to help us in addition with the Devour, is going to help us get our grenade a little faster. Moving on to the actual class ability or the actual perks for the subclass, starting with the abilities, we're going to be using Empowering Rift. Since we're going to be healing with every defeat, with every ability, with everything that we defeat when we defeat things, there's no reason to have a heal. But if you feel like you need a healing ability, you could always use your healing. The first one we're going to be using is Empowering. I use Burst Glide. I use the only melee that you have, and Vortex Grenade seems to be working the best for this specific season. For the aspects, we're using Chaos Accelerant. We have Feed the Void. The next thing we got is Fragments. The first one we have is Remnants. Remnants helps us with our Vortex Grenades, do more damage, last longer, and even gives us back more nade energy. That's because of our exotic, and I'll explain that in a little bit. The next thing we have is Persistence, allowing our void buffs to stay on us longer. The main one is Devour. If you feel like you don't need this, if you're making a lot of orbs, if you're getting a lot of defeats, if you feel like your timer is more than extended, then you can replace this one very easy with maybe something like Final Blows when surrounded gives you super energy, or find something that helps you a little bit more with damage or give you back your nade more. Again, can be replaced, but makes things a lot easier to just have your buff a lot longer. But again, like I said, can be easily replaced. The next thing we have is Undermining, and this helps a lot for you, for your teammates, and this is weakening the enemy by 15%. So a weakening effect from your grenade, really nice to have. The next thing we have is Nova Bomb. Whenever you use your Nova Bomb, make sure you have the weakening effect. I'm not sure if Empowering Rift increases. No, it just says increases weapon damage, because again, I'm mainly a Titan, but I do play all the three characters. But I don't think sitting an Empowering Rift increases the damage of your Nova Bomb, but just make sure whenever you use your Nova Bomb, make sure the enemy has the weakening effect on him, so it gets to increase 15% to your Nova Bomb. Next thing we're going to go ahead and talk about is the armor and the armor mods. The main thing is the exotic. This is what's allowing us to get our grenade back so quickly. All you have to do with this exotic is charge your grenades before throwing them. When you charge your grenade, you get something called Chaotic Exchanger, or you can just wait till this animation. Some people say you can just throw it as long as you see the buff at the bottom left, but a lot of people say that if you just charge it until the animation, you end up getting more. I feel like you do get more if you charge it all the way through, but I haven't done like my actual visual testing and looking at it and comparing. But I feel like if you do charge it and make that animation that you're noticing on screen right now, you do get back more of your grenade. We'll get into the mods in a bit when we come down from top to bottom. So starting off with the head, regarding the mods, very important. Definitely want to make sure whatever weapon that you're using is making you orbs, because as long as you make orbs, you're gonna have Devour. Really important. You don't have to have this on, because defeating stuff with the void ability will make you, or will give you the buff Devour, but this just makes it a lot easier to activate in higher level content. Lower level content, you just see an orb, you pick it up, you have Devour. As long as you defeat stuff, is going to extend the timer, give you heals, give you nade energy. Really good. So definitely recommend having this on. I have it on void, and that's mainly because I've been using a void weapon, void heavy and a void primary. So definitely when I make rapid defeats, I make orbs. The next thing we have is 2 ashes to assets. Since we're going to be using a lot of nades, we're going to be getting a lot of defeats, so that means more super energy to our character. And then since we have Nova Bomb, really good super to have. The next thing we have is CONTRAVERSE hold, and this is what's allowing us to get our grenades back quickly. Like I said, all you have to do is make sure to charge them. But regarding the mods is firepower. Whenever you get a nade defeat, it makes you an orb. Really good, because whenever we pick up an orb, it's going to give us nade energy, and that's explained at the bottom. And then we have 2 grenade kickstarters. Whenever we use our grenade, is going to give us grenade energy back. We have 2 of them, and depending how many armor charges we have, which is how many orbs we pick up, it will give us more energy back. The next thing we have is the chest piece. Chest piece really don't matter. It depends on what activity you're doing. You change the mods around, but again, I have something at the moment where it gives me more ammo for my void weapons. The next thing is our boots. When it comes to boots, again, can be changed, but definitely recommend whenever you pick up orbs, since we are going to be picking up orbs, gives you back your grenade, and just the chain keeps happening. They can be switched up if you feel like you need more damage. If you feel like you want, for example, look at me, I have kinetic holster. At the moment, I was playing with a bastion that I was only using to stun champions, and I didn't want to just to keep reloading it. So again, these perks, these mods are not set in stone, and you can change them depending on what you need. But I really recommend you know, definitely at least one of these. If you need more damage, if you feel like you don't need no damage, just even put 3 of these. But again, can be interchanged. At the moment, I use, depending if I'm doing a lost sector, I'll put more damage. But if I don't want my armor charges to drain, then I'll put one of these on. Not really needed when all you really care about is your nades. If you also want to throw in more heal when you pick up an orb, even though it's not really needed because you have Devour. But that's what I'm saying, these things can change, and it's depending on what you need the most for the current activity that you're doing. Finally, we have the class, and for the class, I definitely recommend Reaper, because you want to make orbs. Sometimes you're in a place where you can't make orbs, and a really easy way to start off Devour to make an orb. So again, think about an orb as Devour. Don't just see an orb, oh, it's just a little orb, you know, wow, an orb. An orb gets you Devour, and Devour gets you unlimited heals and gives you your nade energy back, and it gets the cycle going. So orbs are very important. So again, very easy way to make orb is by using your class ability. The next defeat after that, even if it's a single target, it's going to give you an orb. Using your class ability gives you back your nades. Again, these can be interchanged since we're going to be getting so much grenade energy, but this is what I'm currently using. Again, these things that are flexible, they're not set in stone. Depending on what activity you're doing, they can be changed, but again, I'm showing you what I'm currently using. The good thing about also picking up orbs, they're going to give you your nade energy. So again, we have 3 formats of making orbs. Number 1 is your void weapons on rapid defeats. Number 2 is your grenades. Whenever you get nade defeats, you're gonna make orbs. And finally, if you get a defeat after using your class ability, that is another orb. So that is 3 formats of activating Devour, 3 formats of having unlimited heals, 3 formats of having unlimited grenade energy, and chaining. I want you to understand the build. That's the main goal of you sticking around. Other than that, that is the build. I hope you guys did enjoy. Please be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.